heard it said closed mouths don't get fed, so we partnering with Harvey, help to build the city bread. And to those that call Jedediah to the town, hold it, wait a minute. Paul, stand down. Why you mad? Cause we double checking all your allegations. You say you telling truths, we just following the traces. Y'all people mad, Jed ain't seen in clock corruption. Jed ain't moving like a pawn, he's a king, he fights injustice. A lie can't stand when the truth comes to faces. That's why them liars keep on losing court cases. Let's just agree to disagree and work to bring Harvey back. Dealing with businesses and wars, they not paying their tax. And all the woman Kobe Jed wants you to know the fake is showing. Thought you'd have him on your finger, he researched, he wasn't going. Want you calling all the strays, who's the leader of your pack? Work on getting business in your ward to pay their fair tax. They making money up in Harvey, but short Harvey on them racks. It's not racks, they owe Harvey some millions of very money that could help demolish unsafe buildings. This verse was long, run the chorus, we'll be back and we ain't about to leave. Harvey, you can run and tell that we here till whole bills up on every block. Activating people rising and don't stop. Restoration for the hearts that never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this. Empowerment's what we want for the people. You see we care, we ain't backing down from evil. And Harvey, we won't quit. Jed and INA for the coaches here and we commit to this. Not quoting fiction, what we saying is fact. Found stolen land up in Harvey, Jed helped take that land back. Put back on Harvey's tax roll, bringing investors to meetings. We trying to help Harvey out, so V-Not's why you see them. We out here making moves, we out here doing something. Cooking with Frank, sir, you coined that term, you wanted something. Victims Network of Thornton Township, V-Nots, that's right. I'm trying to see how they help Harvey, can y'all bring that to life? Cause what I'm seeing ain't right, steady line, going to court. What's the score? I lost count, watching lights fall to the floor. Some people like confusion, we trying to bring improvement. So run that chorus back, remind the people what we do. On every block, activating people rising and don't stop. Restoration for the hearts that never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this. Empowerment's what we want for the people. You say we care and we ain't backing down from evil. And Harvey, we won't quit. Jed and INA for the coaches here and we commit to this. I'm almost finished, couple things and I'm through. To the back, library board, no more illegal moves. Can't stand injustice, so for the culture came through saying, hey, Mrs. Price, here's the money, file your lawsuit. When we believe, we don't just talk, we stay making moves. Jed INA and for the culture, that's just what we do. This last part goes out to Officer McKenna. Jed came to help Harvey fight, helped him be a winner. 911 was called and they sent you. He thought he seen the one and we don't know if that's true. But now y'all, what is Jed gon' do? He gon' fight even harder to help Harvey push through. Y'all got ideas to help Harvey, won't y'all focus on that? We got ideas and making moves. Whole bills up on every block. Activating people rising and don't stop. Restoration consciousness and never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this. Empowerment's what we want for the people. See we care, backing down from evil. And Harvey, we won't quit it. Jed and INA for the coaches here and we commit to this. We commit to these years. We commit to this. We commit to this.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How are you doing? Welcome to Investigate, Navigate, Where Injustice Finds No Rest. I am your host, Jedediah Brown, aka Black Commander for the Culture. Glad to be here with you. And if you have not joined For the Culture, you crazy. Getting, giving, loving, living. Reclaim your crown. I am going to literally talk about. Oh, that's up. A lot of air, lot of air. Okay. I'm going to talk about a lot of things. Let me talk about everything and nothing at the same time. But everything that I'm going to say matters because, as I wrote in the title, our lives depend on this moment. We are in the Bitcoin moment of politics. We're in the Bitcoin moment of politics. In other words, if you didn't know to invest, if you didn't hold Bitcoin before it shot up there, you missed your moment to become rich based off of one investment. And now I got Bitcoin waiting on it to surge. It's a moment they never may come back again the way that it first came. And I'm talking specifically to the people in the regions that I'm focused on in Illinois, but this is the same thing that rings true for the country. We are in the Bitcoin moment of politics. And I'm just going to tell you what I mean by that. Number one, so that I can get to the point and not belabor the moment, I want to go over a few things. But let me start the top of this video talking about the Illinois 2nd Congressional District race in Illinois. I want to talk about what happened in Harvey last night and what is going on since the transition of the late Mayor Christopher Clark. What's happening in the background and what's clearly happening right before our faces. And I want to get your perspective on that. I want to talk to you all about literally what Pam Bondi said on the record, I allege, about if they were to make arrest in the Epstein files, it would cause the system to collapse. Still need that statement to be authenticated. I have tried it over and over and over again. I'm asking somebody, does anybody know if that was true? Now, don't let that be like Harriet Tubman's statement where she supposedly said, well, damn, what did she supposedly say? I forgot. It's late. Sorry, I've been in a meeting. But what did they say? Harriet Tubman said. Then they said, we don't know if she said it for real. She said that if they would have known they were slaves, I freed thousands. But if they would have known they were slaves, I would have freed thousands more. How could you not know you slaves? I got the gavel. Don't play with me. I'm ready to cuss. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not cussing because we're on the bigger and better things. But I want to talk about those things and possibly a few more. And then I'm going to get off of here. And I'm going to try to do all of that in 30 minutes. La, 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 la. Let's try to get it. Let's get into it. Which one y'all want to talk about first? Illinois 2nd Congressional District, Harvey, Illinois, or what's going on the national stage? I'll let y'all decide while I queue up something that I'm looking for. How did that happen? No. Can't queue it up because it is literally a text message, not. Sheesh. Okay. In order for me to queue up what I need, somebody has to text my phone. Can I get somebody to text my phone that knows me personally? Can you please send me a text? And then I'm going to get started. 84 people in the chat, more coming in. Come on and get them numbers up. Let's have a late night chitter chat. Okay, Harvey is definitely seemingly at the top of everybody's mind. Before I talk about Harvey, because it looks like that's what people want to talk about first, I want to first of all say that I saw a live stream by Jay Naive and J9, and I want to tell y'all, I had no idea. I heard things, but I ain't know that Fannia was going in on them trustees like that. I don't never go off of what nobody say. I don't listen to rumors. I don't base my opinion off of anybody else. And I try to make sure that my research is not tainted. And so I'll look at things, but I look at it from the perspective of the purpose to why I'm there. I never looked into the old videos prior to my arrival in Dalton when Fannia was on Tiffany Henyard's side. Now, let me be very clear here. I'm not necessarily changing my stance as it relates to me being supportive of her. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody got to learn. Everybody got to grow. But I'm gonna be honest. I know she was like that. Oh my God. Pania said, when I win this race, them tea with the trustees, yeah, that ain't gonna be around here no more. I was like, oh my God. I was so shocked when I saw that. I was like, oh my God. And I was just like, Mas. I need to look up and find more. And apparently, when Pania said that she had Tiffany Henyard's back, she had their back for real. And so people would say, well, you didn't know that, you didn't research that. Well, no, I didn't look back that far, and I didn't want to. I wanted to have the view of where I needed to be, and that is when I came in of her, nevertheless, unfortunately, being a victim of something. And sometimes I think that correction happens from God more than one way. And I believe that at the end of the day, it's all about getting to where God wants you to be in life. And it ain't about where you start off, it's about where you finish. But I am acknowledging and being honest that I didn't know that. And you would have thought that I would have gone back that far, but it was just too many people, too many directions, too many places, too many things going on for me to try to look at and know everything. Couldn't summarize all of Tiffany Henyard's tenure as mayor in the city of Dalton uh, during the time of fight when new memories were being made and created. But yeah, she was something else. Every time I see with Tea with the trustees in Dalton, I will now think about the fact that Fania said, "Yeah, that ain't gonna be." That's she was cutting that out. And you can't lie. It's quite funny. Yeah, but I am also I am also sad to announce to you all one thing about me is that see I'm just not fake, and I think I'm too real and too transparent and too upfront for the world that we live in. And a lot of times people say, just don't say nothing, just wait for the moment. But I want to tell you guys, unfortunately, we have reached a point in this ongoing battle that I've been having with the village of Dalton to where, unfortunately, they have pushed me back into another fight. And the fight that I've been trying to wage very privately is now, unfortunately, going to become a very public fight. And unfortunately, it puts me in a place where I'm going to have to fight the current administration. I've done everything in my human possible power to avoid a public fallout or confrontation with the House administration. But we have come to a point where I completely feel disappointed, let down, somewhat angry. And I think that it's time that I return to the front lines in fighting what I would believe to be an injustice. I'm going to tell you up front that that fight that I'm waging is for me because I am a person that believes in, I believe in justice, and I'm not going to fight for other people to have justice and then experience my own injustice. And I can say with proof, I tried to avoid us going down this road at all costs. I've taken time. It has been months. I have lost certain statutes of limitations, at least with defamation from Tiffany Henyard when she served as mayor of the community. And I'm going to go to tell the village of Dalton, even though I don't personally think I owe them anything, but I'm a person who believes in the mission and I do it genuinely. And if people are going to talk regardless. And so I want the village of Dalton to know before I get there, unfortunately, why I'm going to have to start fighting the village. But I'm also going to show a video in the coming days of a promise that I made that I was not going to leave the residue. Initially, it was my intent, and I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to do it. But it was my intent that we would settle out of court my grievances, my very valid grievances from my constitutional rights being violated in the village of Dalton. Many things you all saw yourself if you were watching. Number one, I was There was a Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna give a guest an opportunity to come on. I'm assuming she's calling because of what I said. Trina Downs, welcome to. I'm on the broadcast. Right? Oh, it's trying to connect. Trina Downs is welcome over here with me. She's welcome over here with me. And so right now, I don't even know if it'll work because I don't get a signal in here. That's good. Let me see. It is late, but I said I was gonna do this in 30 minutes, but I don't think I'm gonna do it in 30 minutes. I'm just disappointed, and quite frankly, I feel played with, and I also feel disrespected as we're looking at them handle legal matters, which mine again was about principle, not about money. It's like, how could y'all not just resolve this very simple matter, but you all can find money to take your staff on a trip? But I thought you were broke. And so it is my understanding, this is one of the things that I just can't reconcile in my mind. Y'all about to spend upwards of $20,000 to take the staff of Dalton on a trip this weekend, if I'm not mistaken, this week, this month. Y'all about to take y'all an infamous trip. I'm gonna FOIA the shit out of it. But it's like, damn, y'all can find money to take a trip and take the whole staff, but y'all can't find money to make it right with people who have received or incurred injury when they was fighting for y'all to be able to get to the point where you all can hopefully get on the path of moving the damn city forward. It don't make simple sense to me. It don't make basic sense to me. As a matter of fact, for all the people who had all these concerns and all these questions, I have not had conversations with people in the administration because I moved out the way to let them govern the city and get it out of peril. I know, and I have had multiple opinions as far as legally of what I can do with this lawsuit that I have that I could present through the city. I also know the difference between a settlement and a judgment. I understood that if I got a judgment, if I went through a trial and went through a judgment, that I'm going to be at the back end of a 30 something million dollar lawsuit that came out of a car chase. I understand that now. And if they would have settled it, it would have been something that could have been resolved and gone away. I also know that if I get the right judge, I can basically ask for the damages of time, and I could have asked them basically to give money to me and not include the attorney's fees that come associated with it. But none of that was a thought or a concern of mine. I just wanted them to do it based off principle. They gave $30,000 to Lori Lightfoot to do a report, and she didn't go through half of the shit that we went through for a dog. And so when I think about all of the things like losing Kyra, all of the sleepless nights, we worked round the clock, all of the things that we uncovered and that we know about, stuff that I still to this day ain't talked about, all the things that was done behind the scenes. I don't know why they would want to fight me like this, but it's okay because I'm an advocate and I'm born and conditioned for it. And I'm not going to let nobody make me think that they got any respect for me when they clearly are blatant in their disrespect. And so I wanted to say that to y'all because I don't want it to be a shock to nobody. I'm going to send a text message in the morning that I'm going to start my fight for my own justice. And with me, if you don't want to pay the very minimal for the principle, then guess what? I will fight for the next. How long does this term now last? I would also make it clear as of right now, this is unfortunate, it's not personal. I still got love for Mayor Jason House, but I got some questions. And now I need some answers because I'm just confused. And you're not going to sell me a bill of goods and you're not going to piss on me and tell me it's raining. I ain't never been that guy. Hell, I don't even get a call to check on me anymore. Is being a mayor really that difficult or that demanding when it's part time? I don't know. But I do know one thing, I don't mistreat people who've given me their best. And I have been silent. I have suffered through it. I have watched it. I've listened. I've processed. I've talked through it. And now I'm 20 minutes into a broadcast when I got other things to talk about, now expressing grievances that lay right here in the center of my heart. And I'm like, motherfuck, what you say? A 20 plus $1,000 village trip when there are people who experience real pain, and your response is you don't got the money. I'm gonna help you find it. As a matter of fact, I thought I already proved that I was quite good at that. I think that the real issue for me, in one side of my mind, the issue is the lawyer. I think that he's a shit attorney who only wants to mess up relationships and drag out cases so that they can get the biggest possible payout in legal fees that they could possibly get. But the other side of me, because I've been dealing with this for so long, wonders, am I getting the old political shake your hand, take a picture, but when the door closed, laugh at your dumb ass for believing me? And it's a painful thing to process and to wonder. And then to see Tiffany Henyard have the ability. Now, I told y'all before that my family members live in Dalton. And to have my family members say, see, now you done did all that fighting, and then there's not even efficient snow removal like it was when she was here. And then to watch her have the ability to post that and signify on that on her Facebook page is like, damn, is it true? I don't know. I haven't been, if you all can hear me, put a 2 in this chat because I don't know if y'all can still see or hear me talking. My thing just buffered out on me again like it does sometimes. Let me know if you can hear me. Now I'm 22 minutes in airing my stuff out. If you can hear me, put a 2. Damn, my signal is not at a place where I can see. So somebody was lying, as they always do. Jedediah got a settlement of blah, 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 blah. I've not gotten a settlement of anything. I've not even gotten basic, decent respect. And I've accepted it. I've made excuses for it for too long. I watched statute of limitations come up on one, which I do know I could get an extension because of extenuating. There's a way to get an extension if the judge allows it. But I watched that and I was like, damn, this is so simple to me. It's so light. Y'all could have settled this and offered me $100 a month. I would have been fine with it because it ain't about the money. I experienced real pain in that fight that I should have never experienced because of a retaliating mayor. The mayor spent village money to hire the area SWAT team to be there for my presence. I'll prove it. They literally knew it wasn't an order by the courts, and they chose to try to enforce a lie as a restraint order from a judge for Staples, knowing it was a lie. That was Lacey. It was Terry Young who came and asked us if it was one, who then did not obey that order. I can prove it. And I got a ton of other stuff. And so anybody that got a question in your mind about the validity of my potential suing, they literally initiated the traffic stop out of the jurisdiction. But that ain't the worst. Lacey lied to say that there was a restraining order against me from the mayor, that I was a crazy stalker of hers, and that I potentially had a knife. That's all retaliation. Ladies and gentlemen, we got an air tag in our car because we were unlawfully being monitored. The village of Dalton really wants to go to court on this. I even heard that Bert Oderson's arrogant ass said he think he can win in court when he just lost in court to my lawyer in another case. Oh, okay. Put a 3 in the chat if y'all still can hear me. Y'all quiet. Is it really y'all listening? Because y'all normally got something to say. Talk back to me. Tell me, am I so far making my case and make sense that why would the village of Dalton want to fight something that I was willing to simply work out and make really easy, simple, and minimal? It's crazy to me. And so, unfortunately, we start a fight. I was really shocked because I understood that the former assistant of Keith Freeman, who happened to be, what's this guy's name? Somebody give me the name of the gentleman who worked at the library board, and he was the assistant to Keith Freeman. He worked as the ESDA agent. I told y'all allegedly, which allegedly we understood that he was selling drugs in the community, and all of that just disappeared. What's his name? What's this guy's name? I can't think of his name. What's this name? Jesus. What's this guy's name? Is it Deontay? Does anybody know the name of the person I'm talking about? Because now I need to get to it. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm stuck right here, right now. I feel insulted by Dalton. I feel played with by Dalton. I feel discounted by Dalton. I think Dalton think I'm a bitch. Devontae Stewart. Devontae Stewart, who was selling drugs allegedly in Dalton, who many people allegedly got their drugs from, took a village car. Somehow, either him or his cousin or somebody related to him allegedly ended up in a city in Indiana. There was a wreck. It was covered up. Allegedly, they went after the person who had the car, which wasn't Durante, but at some point, allegedly, all of this gave information that allegedly was supposed to be connected to the murder of the funnel cake man. I called that woman over a year ago to say that we believe that there should be an arrest made in the funnel cake man's transition. Never happened. Don't Munster, Indiana. Thank you. Who is this? Oh, got it. So Munster, Indiana is where this arrest or this allegedly happened. Kept off the radar. I don't know the conclusion of the matter. We didn't monitor it. But somehow or another, there was a tie into the murder of the funnel cake man. Y'all remember the lady that was standing there while we were dealing when I first met Fania? I got to go through all my files. I got to refresh myself on everything. But I sat there and we was waiting on an arrest. No arrest ever came. Remember I told y'all somebody is about to be arrested. Didn't happen. I'm confused. So now that Tiffany is gone, this guy has gone against her. Now all of a sudden there's no concern about any of this. It just goes away. I'm lost, but I have nothing to say. And then I look up and this man is now in the police academy, getting a job as a police officer. So who did that? Then we find out he didn't take the necessary test or do the application, one of the two. So now that's funky as hell. I'm sitting there like, what is going on? So either he didn't do the test or he didn't do the application, but he was in the academy. Somebody sponsored him in the academy. The academy ain't free. Been through it. Then the police chief finds out that this cadet has a police car, goes to the academy, says to Devontae Stewart, you have to go something to the effect of either you gotta give me the keys to the car or no. It was you come with me and turn the keys over to someone who is going to drive the police car back You are not supposed to have a police car. Devontae Stewart says he's going to go get it from his locker. This is my the alleged understanding that I have. Devontae Stewart goes down to his locker, jumps in the police car, drives off. He now has a police car that he's not supposed to have. No on-call is made, no pursuit ensues, nothing is called out about it. It's kept under the radar, allegedly. Then, somehow or another, somebody is fighting because he still gets to keep his job. He still gets to be at the academy. This is interesting. But then here is where my problem come in. While we're being told that there is no money, Devontae Stewart is still on payroll. So wait, and you can steal a police car and drive off and you can get suspended, and it would no more than likely be without pay, but you get suspended with pay? I just got one question. Who you fucking? Because it ain't making sense to me no other way. What kind of favor or what kind of knowledge or what kind of skill set you got? Because you certainly are circumventing the system in every way. Ladies and gentlemen, then they finally fire him. It's all swept on, it's all quiet, it's under the radar. I am shocked. That's not what I was fighting for. So that's just one of the many things. And I talked about this already briefly, but now let's go into depth. And the reason why I'm doing it, this is not because, oh, they don't give you the money, so now you're going to you're going to attack them. No. I watch how many things before I start drawing a conclusion, and I'm saying, all right, I'm starting to feel like I fucked up. And now I got to finish the promise that I said no residue. And now it's time for the truth to be known on every level. And it's time for me to fight against an injustice. And the crazy part is that now the injustice is mine. And I'm not worried about who won't like it or what you got to say, because now you've had an ample amount of time for the right stuff to be done. And all I've done is simply take notes in hopes that one day all of these things will be rectified. But one thing I know for a fact is that everybody that is having a similar experience can't be fucking lying. And when you experience it themselves, I don't even need their experience. I just talk about mine. And then, so now you get somebody to fight for y'all so that you can get money that was held up. $5 million from the state of Illinois. Yes, I know about that. I also know that Napoleon Harris was trying to hold up that money. That money was being held up by Napoleon Harris. Napoleon Harris is a shakedown politician. You do what I say, or you don't get no funding. You support who I tell you to support, or you don't get no funding. You hire who I tell you to hire, or you don't get no funding. Y'all so busy enamored with the fact that he's an ex-football player, that he tall, dark, and handsome in your opinion, and then he got the all-American looking family, that y'all don't realize that this man is playing negotiation with y'all taxpayer dollars and not giving y'all shit to create his dynasty. Congratulations. The Dummy of the Year will go to every voter in the district and everybody that ain't got the balls to run against him. But y'all want me to go to Thornton Township meetings and crash out. Fuck you. Just like you say, fuck me. Oh, we're not cussing. I'm parked here. Let me keep going. And I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, how stupid do people think I am? Because I'll support people, but I ain't gonna let people keep on fucking. I'm not gonna let people keep playing in my face. He gave Well, to further prove my point, he gave $3 million to the Harvey Park District. Right. Because he rocks with the McCaskill. Big on the in your opinion. Well, you're right. Get your life right. And my opinion is informed with facts. Yeah. So it's dangerous. It's dangerous to have a politician think that taxpayer resources is their personal bargaining chip in that regard. So somebody else went and made sure that Dalton wouldn't be left out and getting what they need, $5 million coming down the pipe. I'll talk about that another day. But I'm just over it, man. I'm over it on so many levels. I'm still trying to figure out if this young lady involved in this Romika Meeks I'm still trying to figure out if this young lady in this Romika case is related to me. I asked a certain person in my family, because I have Johnsons in my family, and their response troubled me. I'm like, what if this is potentially a relative of mine? I need to know, because I want to focus on that case a little bit more. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of it. I'm just going to go do my damn ancestry, but I'm going to go to one more person in my family, and I'm going to ask them for a straightforward answer. If this young lady is related to me or not. But the thing is that there are real stuff going on like that I would rather deal with than people who should know just do right by people. I don't get it. I just don't understand people. And I think that people trying to play on my intelligence it just really grinds my gears. Makes me hate them because it's just not necessary. It was a lie about the Dalton trustees paying me shit. They didn't pay me anything. They barely paid me homage, but it wasn't about thanks. So I let people put out whatever narrative that they gave, and I live with it. I didn't expect no certificate from them because they shunned the very appearance of knowing me in the real sense. They ain't done no Christopher Clark shit who stood on the floor. They ain't done no Alderman of Flint shit. Flint people, when I went, they showed up and wasn't afraid to be in the fight with me. Harvey Mayer, say what you want to say about him. Christopher Clark was as real as they came. He stood on that thing and said, that man. And told me, don't you ever get used to people loving you in private and not celebrating you publicly, benefiting from the way you fight for people. Because I don't miss my words when I say that. I thought that they had to be like that because it was political. So I'm not shocked, but I'm definitely not going to sit around and let people fuck me and play with me and discount me when I went to broke for them. And at the end of the day, it really goes to this really simple point. All you got to do is tell me, let's just take it to court. But don't treat me like a chump. I will go through court for as many years as we need to because I know what I'm standing on. But when I do it off of the strength that I believe that y'all want to do the right thing and you literally are playing on my intelligence, now I'm going to stop being nice. And I'm going to be as nasty as you are in secret, but the difference between me and most people, I'm going to be it in public. And I'm going to be it for real. And fuck the settlement. Now, you ain't even really got to worry about it because it ain't even a real thought. I hope I piss you off enough that you want to take it to court so I can drag this shit all the way through every goddamn court date they got because I got a lot to say. Oh, my mom. And it's so unfortunate. I didn't want a job from them. I just wanted them to make right what was wrong. Simple. And And then it's the blame game for me. Well, you got to talk to this person, it's that person, it's this person. Who the hell is running Dalton? I can't get a good read on it. How many mayors did y'all elect? Somebody tell me that. And I ain't no turncoat trading weird Negro. I've already called certain people and tell them, unfortunately, we are at a place where it's time to fight. And you could choose to hate me, you could choose not to like me or engage me, and I'm fine with it. Because we shouldn't have had to be here. This place was unnecessary. But let the fight begin. And to all those lying ass V-nots, giving all those rumors and making all those hypotheses, most of it ain't never true. I wanted to, we had a packed house every time we did the Seekers Hour there. I mean, not Seekers Hour, the shift event there. I wanted to leave that with Dalton. I said, look, this could be given, it could be done. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we can do that. Do you all think that I've gotten a call to do a goddamn thing there? No. Every promise that has been made to me has been modified. And it's so disappointing. Disappointing is, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Every time that something was supposed to happen, when it got close to it being done, I was told of a reason about why it just couldn't happen or why it shouldn't happen. And I always just dismissed it as, okay, I understand the political optics of it. And when I got that interview with Mayor House and I asked him that question, did I do anything for that community? And I watched his answer be, oh yeah, you got to know everybody really quick. I was like, damn, okay, that works. Couldn't believe, I was looking at the screen and I said, I couldn't, and I'm like, how much pressure? I don't know the pressure. So I'll just understand it. Okay, that's all I did good. I got to know everybody in a week. You don't want to put credit on me and then have to be not fight you. Maybe that's what you're doing. You always make excuses for these people. But then this was the other thing. I said, okay, you're in the seat. You got the information. Was she stealing? The interview is still up. I don't think I took it down. Was Tiffany Henyard stealing? Did she steal money? How bad is it? It's bad. It's real bad. Okay, did she steal? No answer. Okay. That's strange. But then I gave it an excuse. Maybe as a mayor, you can't say certain things like that directly because even as a host of a show, I say allegedly, even when I firmly believe my information is true. You make excuses. I'm not doing it no more. So I hope that I made it make sense. I am a person who speaks the truth when I'm speaking the truth. It's unfortunate if you don't like it. If it's the truth, it is the truth. And I am going to now fight back because I think that this last round of them thinking that I'm a dumb Negro got my attention in a way that I think it deserved. And so unfortunately, we now have to pick back up our fight in the middle of the dog, moving forward past that. So you all will be, unfortunately, be getting updates about that. I've also made a decision. I will not stop the progress that we were making and are making for the city of Harvey. Yeah. Somebody said, it's a shame that you have to fight the people that you fought for. Know today that it hurts my heart. And this is one of those things where you got to whoop some ass and say, this hurts me more than it hurts you. Do I regret getting Tiffany out of Dalton? I didn't get Tiffany out of Dalton. The residents did because they voted for her. I didn't arrest her. I didn't kick her out. I didn't vote her out. I simply brought awareness to her. I believe that Tiffany Henyard is a separate entity and she deserves a lot of what she got because of how she governed. But now in hindsight, I think that if I would have just been able to have a conversation with her and I was able to have a little bit more ability to thoroughly look at some things, I don't know that I would have gone as hard as I went. And I actually, quite frankly, don't know. But do you all understand that what happened to me in Dalton is how I got to know Christopher Clark? I went after what happened to me in Dalton. I went to be thorough, and I found out the truth, and that's why the man became my friend. He became my friend because it didn't add up. Miss Jurwinski is the mayor pro tem in Harvey. I want to know if she's going to give over all these financial documents that them punk ass people been bitching about, and will they show stealing? Because I found no proof. But when there's no stealing, do you think they're gonna correct anything? No, they don't even have souls or spines. I would. I was gonna go to Tiffany's shop and buy a shirt in Georgia. Then I thought I went against it because that just would be like just doing something. But I was gonna try to buy a shirt to support a business and see if she would let me buy a shirt, and if she would come have a conversation with me. There's a lot of things that I'm very unclear about, but um, I don't regret standing up for Fania and those people who I stood up for, but I am not happy with the levels and what has been what has been replaced. But I got more questions than answers. I have more concerns than peace, and I have more disappointment than inspiration. That sucks. And all the lies, like I was looking to be an influencer there, I wanted a job there, I wanted to be the advocate there. None of that shit was true. I just wanted to get away from dog. But unfortunately for them, they don't want me to leave. They're clearly holding on to me. So I'll be there at the next meeting. My flight is already booked. I just booked my flight to be there for the meeting on President's Day, which is the 16th of this month. I would encourage you all to tune in. We will be live streaming it, and I'm coming in full force because I got some shit to say. I promise you, every time I talk, they gonna know I'm still capable since they think I'm not. I just wish she would have had what I would call TGE conversation. I wish you and her could have just talked. You both powerful people. Well, I can't write and she can't talk. So as long as we don't do that, my punctuation is crazy, and I listen to her talk, and I just be wondering, where the hell did she get her? Where did she study her English? But if we just avoided that, it may have been an interesting ability. I just don't know. I just don't know. All right. Now y'all tell me your honest opinion. I'm gonna read a few of those, and then I'm gonna go forward to the Harvey conversation full force because I feel like I'm missing something. So tell me your opinion about what I just talked about for the last 49 minutes. It looks like Keith Price is telling me I owe him an apology. I told Keith Price that if I found out that basically he was wrong, he was right, that I would publicly apologize. I haven't found that to necessarily be the case yet. But unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to eat some of my own fight. Hate it. Okay, but that's why I'm not, if y'all notice, I ain't really doing too much of that because people just don't be worth it. I have to really think about this. Have these things been worth it? Not really. They ain't even been worth it. They haven't. And anybody who say F me because of this, it's a mutual sentiment. Because people will be okay with you while you being mistreated, but then when you speak up for yourself, now all of a sudden you wrong. Crazy. second. I'm finna see something because if I get what I okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna give you guys an example of what I'm saying. Y'all give me 1 second because I need to figure this out real quick before I say something. Actually, there's a few things that I might say. Tea time! Yeah. Because when I fight a fight, I'm focused on it. I literally got to do it the right way. Bert Oderson is not ethical. I believe that they have helped Napoleon cover up his deeds and gave these simple answers, and y'all just take the shit. Oh, he didn't know no better. Crazy word. Hold on 1 second. Sounds like you playing the drums. You look good though, nice and rested. Yes, I will say that my trip to Saint Martin and to San Juan was absolutely amazing. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get in this. Okay, I'll wait for that to get done. But anyway, yeah. So y'all ready for me to talk about Harvey now? So yeah, that's unfortunate. This looks like so. Who on this live stream, based on what I said, that was the question I want y'all to ask. Feel that me fighting them would be wrong. How if you? I want to see that. If you are on this live stream and you feel that me fighting the administration in Dalton is wrong, Jedediah is wrong. Now this ain't like that drifter who knows the condition of his city and he is inundating them with FOIA requests and doing it in hopes of a payday. That is not what this is. It's a completely different situation. I'm gonna talk about that too. Somebody said Kyra need justice. You tripping. Kyra happy is who is this? I don't even know who that is. Kyra is living the life better than we are. Trust me.
We better than that, and we don't need other ethnicities to come into our community and tell us how to. We should be strong enough and cooperative enough to be able to work together to make sure that our communities are strong. We better than that, and we don't need other ethnicities to come into our community and tell us how to. We should be strong enough and cooperative enough to be able to work together to make sure that our communities are strong.
Wow. I'm not sure the context of what Napoleon is saying in that statement about other community people coming into our community. But if that is in reference to Shirley Jawinski, that makes me happy because it means that she is not going to kiss his ring. He looks at her as another person outside the community, and Shirley Jawinski probably been in Harvey before he was born. I remember when I was in high school, we used to talk about Shirley Jawinski being the only white woman in Harvey, and we used to laugh and make fun and talk about how they was gonna run her up out that damn city. That lady been there since I've known Harvey existed. So he can't be talking about Shirley Drewinski. But that makes me, I'm happy to hear that. And he sure as hell ain't never said that about J.B. Pritzker, fat white ass, when he giving him money. Y'all see that? So we don't need people to come into our community and tell us how to run it unless it's the governor who makes sure that the attorney general don't hold you accountable for your fraud, like giving a contract away to your people. We'll talk about that in the future. Oh, I got a lot. I'm finna catch on fire in a second. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second because I just need this one response. Let me see if I can get an answer. Hold on. Because I'm finna go to task. I'm finna show y'all what I mean. It's 11:23. Now, let me ask y'all another question. And then I'm going to put a favor on the tail end of it. How the hell is, we taking a commercial break? Because when I say our lives depend on it, this is what I mean. How is Jesse Jackson Jr. not showing up to debates? Are you serious? How is Jesse Jackson Jr. not showing up to debates? How is he being allowed to do political posturing or strategic moves when he literally is asking for a second chance? Y'all ain't understanding this. Let me be clear here about asking for a second chance. There's a level of humility and availability that comes with asking for and earning a second chance. Y'all are literally giving this man a free ride back into that seat. And that's why he ain't gonna do no extra fighting for the community than he ever did, because he don't have to. All they got to do is get a few token agenda items and present it and dangle it up in y'all faces around election time to tell y'all they've been working for y'all and give you your money. It ain't his money. But while he been collecting unemployment checks all these years, you ain't seen him advocating and doing nothing for nobody. Literally said that he had mental issues. The man stole over $700,000 allegedly out of his own resources from y'all. And that's what we know about. And y'all gonna let Jesse Jackson Jr. think he can get a waltz right in the seat when y'all saw what he did? His name is Jackson, not Michael Jackson, but y'all know he got the glove. I was running for Congress in Illinois' 2nd Congressional District. And I was going to ask him in the first debate, Jesse, let us see the glove. I want to see the glove. As a matter of fact, I want to wear the glove, Jesse. Let me have a go at the glove. Bring the glove to the debate. If you want us to give you a second chance, you need to let us all stand there and let everybody touch that glove. That's Michael Jackson glove. And that's taxpayer money spent on it. We all deserve a chance to touch the glove, Jesse. I am so disappointed in my community that with what we're dealing with in the political landscape, do you all not realize that the only reason why the strength that the Republicans exuded is not just because Trump was unconventional, but because Democrats have historically been pussies that have taken advantages of our communities and have disadvantaged and that have disarmed our community from being able to fight for itself. Y'all can't contribute to no campaigns because you could barely afford the decision between putting gas in the car and putting food in your stomach. I just talked to a trans woman that explained that when they were a teenager, they cut their stuff off or something. I can't remember the details, but they was taking estrogen. I can't remember the details because it was too much going on. In that setting, we was having this roundtable conversation, and this trans woman was explaining that when they was a teenager, I think they snipped, but they also took estrogen. They ended up having a desire to be a parent, to have kids. But the pills, what was it? It was some pill that they were taking. It took away their ability to produce their sperm. So now they're stuck being a trans woman, but they have a desire to have a child. And they wish that they can reverse it, but it's irreversible. And they're depressed because they didn't know as a child that doing those things was irreversible. But y'all, they ain't telling them stories. Oh, we was having a round table because they were talking about the Olympics and trans women being able to compete in the Olympics, and that was what one of the trans women said in the experience of being a trans person. And I had zoned out at that point because there was so many different things that was going on in that particular meeting. But I was like, I could never support, and you know, I mean, I don't know, y'all. It sounds like I done got off point, but okay. I won't talk about that stuff. I'll talk about it later. But just know that it is now in my mind time for me to fight back in the village of Dog. But in Harvey, Illinois, as many people are gearing up to run for office, it's my understanding that Eric Kellogg may be eligible to run for mayor in Harvey again, because when term limits was placed in 2019, he was not the mayor. That means that it doesn't apply to him. He still has the potential to run for mayor. It is widely speculated that that former Harvey Mayor Eric Kellogg is eyeing another run at the seat, reclaiming his role as the mayor. Now that would be fascinating. That would be fascinating if both Jesse Jackson Jr. and Eric Kellogg run for their seats and get them back. That's going to tell me everything I need to know about Illinois politics. But on top of that, it looked like it's going to be a very crowded field of people running for mayor in the city of Harvey. Harvey's future is very uncertain. But I know that you all saw that meeting last night. And there was a particular man who wanted to act real fucking tough in that meeting. And this really, really stood out. And it almost got under my skin until I remembered that a bitch always gonna be tough behind a computer screen and a microphone when it's in a room surrounded by police. Jesse Jr. needs to come back. First of all, Jesse Jackson Jr. ain't never went nowhere. What Jesse Jackson Jr. been doing while we've been all out here experiencing the brunt of the life that we've been living is he's been enjoying his disability checks, and he's been enjoying the fact that he's a Jackson. Where did he go? Why does he need to come back? Jesse Jackson has made no declaration of fighting for the plight of Black people. He wants to make it economically cheaper for us when it relates to property taxes. And right now, that's just a popular talking point. But let me tell you something. Right now, what we need in government is boldness. Y'all made every excuse in the book for why Barack Obama couldn't do exactly what Donald Trump is doing, and that's have a pair. But on top of that, get this. Donald Trump then showed us what politics potential really is when you do what you want to do. And Jesse Jackson Jr. did not do anything substantial. He did what you do when you have gone along to get along. When he was in there, he brought back some stuff. He literally was sitting in the Congress. Of course, he's gonna bring something. But did he do it because he fought a valiant fight? I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. And since he needs a second chance, where is his agenda for returning citizens? He don't got one. Where is his agenda for black plight specifically. He ain't committing to that. Where is his agenda to go against individuals who are committing genocide, who have had long-standing influence in our government? He ain't gonna say that or do that. He knows what it, man. Anyway, like I said, Jesse Jackson ain't been nowhere. And at least show up at every debate. Show that you're humble and you think that every single person who votes matters, that you want to sit with them, and every chance you get to engage with somebody in a second chance, you're going to do it. You don't start acting like you already won because I want y'all to give me another chance after. You know what? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. You're not going to steal from me, and then I just let you come back in my house. You really got to prove to me you ain't a thief no more. And the only reason why you stopped stealing is because you got caught. And did you stop stealing? Because we don't know. And then any politician that was in office doing all of this other stuff, when you see Pam Bondi say, if we arrest everybody in the Epstein files, then the system will collapse. And you hear Donald Trump allegedly say, everybody knew about it. My question is, who is everybody? And do you mean to tell me that our government is that brazen to tell us that they won't arrest people that they know committed crimes against children? Our lives depend on us to stop playing right now. The only people that's going to get a response from the Democrats in the presidential election coming up is the people who are on the front lines. And it ain't your black ass. It's the undocumented and the illegal. Your vote don't matter because your vote is considered committed because you don't got enough sense to have an agenda or to want something more than to feel good. Right now, people still talking about Jedediah, if you would have ran, they would have been running videos of you cussing. I've been looking at every politician cuss because we are in unconventional times. Who not cussing? Pritzker didn't cuss. The president didn't cuss. The governor of California didn't cuss. Lori Lightfoot didn't cuss. Don't tell me cussing is a disqualifier. Send somebody there that can cuss like them, if not worse. And put your agenda on the table while doing it. We love to discount everything that looks genuine because we don't want genuine. We want to feel good. So I said, all right, I ain't finna sit here and waste my time. And I'm sitting up here looking at Kiana Belcher campaign, and she ain't even raised $100,000 from you Negroes. No, ma'am. If you want to see how much people don't got your back, run for office. Shit, you think I'm going to try to get a whole second congressional district to listen to me? Now, my campaign was supposed to start my campaign was supposed to start at the end of this month, for the record, for all the people who talk shit. I suspended my campaign. I didn't terminate it, nor did I suspend it indefinitely. I just wasn't going to run as a Democrat. I was going to run as an independent because I believe that we can leverage independence right about now because partisanship is killing America. I'm sick of all these people. I cannot run. I can't run. I couldn't run for alderman in the city of Chicago if I owed the city of Chicago a debt. How the hell is Napoleon running for all these seats with all this government debt and he making millions of dollars and these debts is less than tens of thousands of dollars? The man won't even file for a damn business license. And Christopher Clark wouldn't tell on him. Let y'all think that Christopher Clark was targeting him by not giving him one. He never applied for one. That's a whole different spin. And you a lawmaker and you a lawbreaker at the same time. But you're going to talk about don't let no white people come in our community and tell us how to govern because you want to do nigger shit. And y'all want me to go and protest and march. And the only way people pay attention is I got to go up there and fight with every bone and fiber in my body only for people to tell me, oh, it don't take all that. Y'all gave these people a rites of passage to walk right back in and not do a damn thing for y'all. But keep on taking advantage of it. Oh, because they cute. Oh, I met them one time. Oh, they got something passed. The fuck out of here. If your life ain't at the quality that you dream of, they ain't done enough work. But don't listen to me. What do I know? J.B. Pritzker family rich as hell, were already rich as hell, and now they're richer since he's been the governor of the state of Illinois. And you should have been talking about, I don't do politics. I don't care about politics. And politics take money out your check every damn time you go to work. How much sense you think you make? And Jedediah sound like I'm coming at the audience. Because low key I am. I just be expressing myself. I don't be trying to insult y'all. But I just be so shocked at how our people are conditioned. And I be talking like this. I wish I could be inspiring. And maybe I need to just start talking like church people. God's going to give you a miracle. Just stand up, clap your hands, spin in a circle and say, God, deal with my enemies. Deal with my enemies. My bill's going to get paid every time I turn around. Somebody turn around. My bill's going to get paid. Maybe if I talk like that, I can get more people to pay attention to what I'm saying because maybe I'm just too damn harsh on the audience. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe people don't talk in my comments because I'm just too harsh on the audience. I don't know, but I need everybody right now to spin around. A change is on the way. A change is on the way. So go ahead and get ready to go to bed because a change is on the way. Uh-oh, I feel it now. Somebody get inspired. Your change is right before you. Just go ahead and spin again. Spin again. A change is going to come. Ain't educated you, ain't nothing. Ain't pointed you in no direction. Ain't challenged you in no way. Ain't moved you to move the pendulum forward. Ain't gave you no new skill set. But you sitting up in there. A change is coming. Hallelujah. Even Jesus is up in heaven saying, when is these niggas going to invite us? They don't even want us no more. When is the people of God going to invite God to come and do what he said that he was going to do? Not do it for you, but to literally anoint you to do what you were purposed and born to do. That's what he said. Shucking and jiving and planning because you ain't got results all this time. You don't even want to go to church no more. These pastors be more happy to see a politician in Illinois. They really want to see Willie Wilson. That's who they really want to see. Block that Cook. No interest in that. Let me go to my page and block them. Not interested in that. One thing, you know what? Let me put it to you like this. I'm finna be a literal made man because I done figured out. Stop sitting here dealing with fools. Bitch, my title was on my shirts now. I'm not arguing with y'all no more. I'm not arguing with y'all no more. Don't come over here with that goofy shit because you're not going to get a participant. I'm not arguing with you no more. Today I did a great thing. And I signed over a truck for my members to have access to of my now growing national organization. You'll never see me on here crying about employment because I've been a blessed young That's what I wanted to tell y'all. In Dalton, Illinois, as of today, the new police chief is on administrative leave. The new police chief in Dalton is on administrative leave. What the hell is going on? There was a quote that Dr. King made that if I was to express how I really feel, and it's that when I fought in Dalton, I'm concerned that I fought to bring people into a burning house. Maybe I was leading them to a burning house and not a clean one. Because maybe it isn't cleaning materials that's being used, but flammable incendiaries. But the police chief who went against the administration to do the right thing during the Devontae Stewart situation is now miraculously on administrative leave. I don't know the inner workings, and people might perceive who they think I know, but you better know that there's people in Dalton who still talk to Jedediah Brown. Way more than you probably would imagine. And when I hear people say things look like they better, but are they really better? That bothers me. There is no perfect governance. There is no perfect place. But damn, man, some of this stuff I just be wondering, like, am I tripping? Like, is anything just possible to be right? Genuinely right? So I'm going to be trying to figure out in the coming days why the new police chief, who hasn't even been in there that long, is under administrative leave. But if I'm not mistaken, there is a board, and I know that on that board, Mary sits on that board, so I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow. I don't know who's all on that board to verify all of the information if she's willing to verify it. Because I want to know the tea. I want to know what's going on. And if not her, I have other avenues and ways to figuring it out. So I will share that with you guys as I'm more clear on what's going on. But yeah, the police chief is so the police. So let me explain that a little better. The police chief who I know was doing things by the book and has a spotless record as a cop from my city, my ultimate city, Chicago, is now on administrative leave. But Bert Alderson, who keeps fucking around, who clearly has traces of being unethical, who Tiffany didn't lie about being no good shit attorneys, who keep on doing a legal money grab of communities, has no consequences for botching simple legal matters. Who should we hold responsible for that? The answer is why I have to fight the administration. And sometimes you fight because you want them to get it right. And I'm not fighting because I want them to fail. But the Bible says that God chastens whom he loves. So sometimes you got to fight the people who you believe in, because before I officially make an apology, and I officially have to feel that I did the wrong thing, I'm going to give them an opportunity to hopefully correct it. And I'm saying this on the record now. I ain't even so when they sent me back, and I'll even tell y'all what it is that we asked for. But when they sent back the number, it was an insult to every process we've been in for months. And I I sent them back and said, yeah, nope, now I'm going to increase it and go back towards my original ask. And the issue for me in this is that, or what it was for me in this is that it just requires the taxpayers of Dalton to have to foot the bill. And so I want the taxpayers of Dalton to know that at the conclusion of this, if I have received significantly higher of an amount than what I was willing to take, regardless of what I went through, and you all have to pay it, that is attributed to the legacy of Mayor House, because I can't get a damn gauge on if he's in charge or if everybody else around him is in charge. But I do know for a fact that Bert Oderson punk ass is the number one issue for me in this, because he literally don't want to resolve it because it will literally stifle his paycheck. And because there is a trace to this, I can say it with confidence. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end it for that right now, because, again, I didn't plan on going this route. I was going to talk about everything else, but I got stuck here. But, yeah, Jesse Jackson Jr. should not waltz right into that seat. He needs to earn a second chance. He shouldn't just be given it because he's entitled to it because he's a Jackson. That is absolutely absurd from people who deserve better. I was running for Congress because I was going to be bold enough to say that if we could find money for illegals, we could find money for reparations. We should be repairing the effects of slavery on the community of color. And any person that's not of color who got a problem with repair when we do it for every other race definitely should understand that we could be just as bold in our pursuit as everybody else. And if you don't want to say reparations, then it's time that we stimulate a disinvested economy, especially when there's been redlining, when there has been a removal of policies that try to create equity, so many other things. Healthcare should not be something that we have to wrestle with now. America should dream of making sure that healthcare in America is just as it is in other places, like, if I'm not mistaken, Canada. And as it relates to foreign relationships, if it's not American, it should be held to the same standard as everybody else. The influence of Israel, in my opinion, needs to be adjusted. If we're going to hold them as an ally, it needs to be because they mirror our values and not our bank account. Simple. And then, if we can send billions over there to Israel based on a relationship, then maybe we can start keeping our promises to Africa. There were so many things that I hold in the center of my heart that I was ready and willing to go after full force in my candidacy for Congress. I also wanted to be very clear that in this district, in Illinois, is going to be the district that you all will respect. Because as a congressman, I would definitely galvanize my district. And it's a whole nother thing when you show up with the people you represent. These politicians ain't figured that out yet, because they believe that they can get more out of you keeping you subjugated, because it's true. You know what got me tired? How folks rub each other's back because they are sorority sisters and brothers not taking. Yep. If you're part of a fraternity and you're a candidate, they don't even give a damn what you done did. All you got to do is stand up there with their insignia and they voting for you. It's what I saw happen when I ran for alderman. all those fraternity brothers of Greg Mitchell was like, man, bro, I love you. I love your fight, but I gotta go with the brotherhood. I used to be like, damn. It was like, man, bro, you got it, man. You got it. You got it. But I gotta go with the brotherhood. So that's a very real thing. I'm learning a lot about politics from YouTube University, from people like Sabby Sabs, and I've had it. Ooh. All right. Is there any questions for me? I said a lot of stuff. It is what it is. I'll be saying certain things on the next meeting that I wish I didn't have to say. Damn. I'm sad, y'all. I'm genuinely sad. Because we raised $10,000 for a change to happen. And this shit feel just like, there's only one politician that I believed in. And when I met them, they exceeded my perception to something far greater than I can imagine. And it sounds like it could be easier to say because he's gone. But I showed it in my actions, and that comforts me. Christopher Clark was a real one. Oh, that's what I was finna say. What I saw happen to that black woman in that Harvey meeting is unforgivable on every level. And ain't no judge in the county about to take away my constitutional rights. Freedom of speech is a constitutional right, and I'm protected by that. And I'm prepared to spend however much time is needed to be in anybody's jail cell, because what you will not do is disrespect my community or my people because you think you fucking privileged. That piece of fucking paper don't mean shit. It's an illegitimate piece of paper in every sense of the word, and I'm just going through the process. But now motherfuckers want to be tough. They want to signify. They want to be brazen. So I want to be clear so that it can be used in any setting that's necessary. I don't give a fuck about no papers, because I know how to read and I know what the law says, and I know that in the long run it's going to be on my side. But what I saw that black woman go through should have pissed off every single person that was watching it if they got any sense. And even though I don't like Napoleon's statement about other people coming in, I understand the sentiment to a degree, but it's definitely wrong and misplaced. But mine is not. I will never sit there and watch. This is crazy to watch a person weaponize one black person against another black person. That woman ain't got nothing to do with me, outside of the fact that I met her in the community. And to sit there and fucking lie with the hopes of bringing harm to a person that's doing exactly what you're doing is absolutely insane. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. For Kobe Chapman to sit her long neck ass there in that seat and have nothing to say about the conduct of somebody that comes from her camp further illegitimizes her opportunity, in my perspective, to be a leader over anything. Because at some point, you got to pull the coattail and say, now it's going too far. How could anybody see that and not feel that and not be upset and not be offended on every level? That was too far. It really ain't that serious. And it ain't cool. But one thing that I'm very clear about in my advocacy is that sometimes you got to be willing to be a sacrificial lamb. So I'm making it clear that shit will not go unchecked. And so far, I have not made one promise that I don't keep. And when I said checked, I mean it's going to be checked. So here goes some announcements. If you are somebody that plans on paying attention to the things that are going on, I encourage you to tune in on the next Dalton Village meeting. If they reschedule the one for Monday because it's President's Day, then they will have it on Tuesday. So this Monday or Tuesday that are going to come up, plan to tune in because obviously we're going back to Dalton. Then at the next Harvey meeting, you all, I'm going to make my presence known. I'm going to be there and I'm excited about what I got to say in the Harvey meeting. But we will not stop the work that we have started with Mayor Christopher Clark. And I was so blessed because my friends said that they are going to change the signs of the project that we're delivering to the city. And it will now read that the development is coming in honor of Christopher J. Clark, and then it will hold the mayor, Shirley Jawinski, underneath it. But we're not taking Christopher Clark's name off of the projects because everything that we're getting ready to deliver into Harvey, be clear about it up front. Harvey's mayor, Christopher J. Clark, not only inspired it, negotiated it, and demanded it, he delivered it. Now, the next thing, I got court. Court is on the 17th, I believe, with Ryan Sinwelski. So when you share the rest of the video, make sure you share this part too, bitch. And then the next court date is on the 18th. And on the 18th, I think I got court with Amir Shakur. I have not finished our document, but I promise y'all that when I file it, we gonna be all right. We're gonna be okay. So we will be filing the document, but I'm gonna show you something so you can get an understanding of what I mean. See, I'm not playing no games. 2026. Like I said, people always say, Jedediah, don't say too much. Don't let them see you coming. I believe in things a little differently. I believe in let them see me coming. But they won't know my full moves until I see the whites in their eyes. And if I tell you something, it's because I wanted to. And there's a million other things that I ain't told you. So let me show you all something real quick about how serious I am. This fucktard wants to try and sue me. Now, Vivian Allen has dropped her cases, and we appreciate it. We're going to leave it there. Shouldn't have never been filed. I ain't got nothing else to say to her or about her. She don't exist again. Hold on. Damn, I can't even open it. Did I say them wrong? The date's wrong? It's the 16th with Greg. Okay. What is the court date with Ryan? The laughing emoji stopped when Jed said he will be at the Harvey meeting. Yeah, hoping for a tough nigga. 16th is Greg. The 17th is Skittles. Thank you for clarity. I don't even think that I have it. Damn. I do have it. I want to show y'all something. Let me show you something. Everything I'm going to show you, I got evidence. So, Amir, since you're watching, since I really know you're watching, or they're going to tell you to watch, let me help you out here real quick. Let me give you some insight to how prepared. October 5th, you announced that you were creating a radio station called Amir Speaks. You post a message to his dislikers and extreme haters that you to says that there's a calm before the storm. November 7th, you announced that you will return to the Chicago area. January 11th, you created the Facebook group Thornton Township Citizens Actions Committee. January 31st, Amir, you put on Facebook a press release against the mayor. February 4th, on or about Amir at a press conference in front of City Hall. February 4th, Amir takes credit for the resignation of Clark from his run for Thornton Township supervisor with no proof. I'm not going to show you much more. All I'm going to tell you is the difference between your document and mine in federal court is that I'm going to have so much supporting evidence and it's going to be meticulously placed. I want to prophesy to my future that you're going to be paying me what I deserve. Now, with that being said, the thing that I love is that I keep telling people, I ain't no dummy. I ain't no spring chicken. I wanted you to see that timeline, and I hope you create one for me. I got so much that I cannot wait. I am literally looking forward to standing in a court of law. Wait a minute. I did that already and swept the courtroom with your dumb ass. I am going to wait. I cannot wait to sit there and look at you ask a judge to give you $30,000 from my account. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's literally something that I'm dreaming about. Can't wait. But I do repeat the one thing that I said. Out of all them idiots over there, you had enough decency in you to know not to go too far with the Clark transition. And I give you that. But the other thing that I would say is that's crazy that Alicia Nicole would be accosted and she is an actual resident of Harvey. But here come Beth weird ass with a prepared statement from the V-Nots who don't even live in Harvey, who barely attends Dalton meetings. But you over there with something to say, offering your weird ass demonic hugs and giving your unsolicited opinion. And they're going to say to Alicia that she's there because she's affiliated with somebody when she lives there. Yeah, okay. It won't go unchecked. And so, with that being said, in advance, let this age for me. That if I have to spend some time sitting in a cell, it is okay. It is not my first time sitting in a cell. I will utilize that time to sleep, catch up on my sleep, and to reflect and just enjoy the fact that being there might be worth it because I'm never going to let anybody take away my voice, oppress me, disrespect me or my people. And I'm a person that believes that you must be willing to sacrifice when you say you believe in something. And I just don't believe in watching somebody disrespect a woman in the community, a black woman of my community, or do anything on that level and then weaponize or attempt to weaponize some shit about me to somebody that's innocent because you think it's a fucking privilege. Fuck that paper. Fuck you, fuck that judge, because I believe in the Constitution, which that judge was supposed to uphold. And I know for a fact that when it's all said and done, I'll be out that cell. And unrighteous governance will be undone. And I stand on that. If you are somebody who believes in the work of investigate and advocate, I need y'all because there's another thing that I'm getting ready to do, and that is pop up block club parties across the nation. I'm an advocate. You don't go into something not knowing that you may have to deal with the dangers or the uncomfortabilities. That don't scare me. Never have. So so just know that. If I'm sitting in jail, that's what y'all say. Jedediah probably in there laughing his ass off, talking to the other inmates, counting the damn bars, waiting on him to get out, and enjoying the fact that he made it clear, I don't give a fuck about none of that. You see that other motherfucker, no, not to him. Let me shut up. Anyway, and I keep my promises. It's gonna be checked. All right. So, yeah, in lighter news and in greater news, if you have not gotten your ticket, we got over 70 people who are purchasing their tickets. We are launching For the Culture. It looks like we're going to have to ask them to tear down the wall and extend our space because on the first 2 days, we are already at 70 tickets out of the 200 that was being allotted. This is going to be the biggest event that I've ever thrown. $25,000 have been invested into this, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. We're inviting people from across the leadership the leadership spectrum as we make this announcement that we're launching. And we're going to be doing three things. It is a launch, an inauguration, and a gala. In other words, it is the start of everything officially for our national organization For the Culture. There's going to be some surprises and some giveaways. And if you know anything about me, let me put it like this. Everybody that came to the Harvey Christmas party left there tremendously blessed. Now take that times 10. We're trying to take this to the highest level we could possibly get it. And if we get everything that we're looking for, we might end up with way more than what I'm planning, but that's the minimum investment that we're making into this. And so I want you guys to plan to be with us, as we launch For the Culture. And to watch my page because we're going to be making a ton of announcements about things that are coming up. Hold on one second. Damn, I don't have it on here. All right. So I don't have it on here, but I think I got the flyer. Y'all gotta forgive me if you can. I don't be flowing well because I be having too much going on and I need a producer. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all friends is wrong, so I'm conflicted, right? Because if my friends is wrong, I believe that you do present a united front. But if my friends is wrong, I'm not finna. Anyway, I don't know. I was watching the Blob agree with the conduct of the rainbow, and I just was like, what? Watching the Blob agree with the conduct of the rainbow was blowing me away because at the very basis, I thought that they had some level of decency, but maybe not. I'll just put it that way. We got the Wind Creek Casino, the brand new casino. We got the Grand Ballroom. And y'all, this is the event. It's our inauguration launching gala. Save the date, September 20th, 2026 at 5 p.m. We got 5 hours of nonstop action and surprises that's coming. And I'll tell you all more about the program in the coming. But I love and I hope that you all got something out of this long broadcast. I thought I was going to be a lot shorter than that. Um, y'all know how I get. Talk, 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 talk. But yeah, back on the battlefield. Pray for me. I love y'all. And do me a favor. Make sure y'all save this date.
Uh, I heard it said closed mouths don't get fed, so we partnering with Harvey, help to build the city
Save this
bread.
date.
And to those that call Jedediah to the town, hold it, wait a minute. Paul, stand down. Why you mad? Cause we double checking all your allegations. You say you telling truths, we just following the traces. Y'all people mad.
Save this date. But do know that I don't say anything that I can't prove. So this is an interesting thing to watch.
That was so disrespectful. And then I want the police right now. I have an order of protection against this lady. I have an order of protection against this lady who's affiliated with Jedediah Brown, and she has addressed me. She is not supposed to address me. That is for third-party harassment. So I would like to request a police officer to please intervene.
Oh my gosh.
This is a formal
Why don't you just leave? How about that? Just leave.
It's a formal
Who is
complaint.
the next public comment?
Thank you. Thank you. Please send an officer. Thank
They
you.
really better come get him.
No.
That was so disrespectful.
Wow.
I heard it said closed mouths don't get fed, so we partnering with Harvey, help to build the city bread. And to those that call Jedediah to the town, hold it, wait a minute. Paul, stand down. Why you mad? Cause we double checking all your allegations. You say you telling truths, we just following the traces. Y'all people mad, Jed ain't seen in clock corruption. Jed ain't moving like a pawn, he's a king, he fights injustice. A lie can't stand when the truth comes to face it. That's why them liars keep on losing court cases. Let's just agree to disagree and work to bring Harvey back. Dealing with businesses and wars, they not paying their tax. And all the woman Kobe Jed wants you to know the fake is showing. Thought you'd have him on your finger, he researched, he wasn't going. Want you calling all the strays, who's the leader of your pack? Work on getting business in your ward to pay their fair tax. They making money up in Harvey, but short Harvey on them racks. It's not racks, they owe Harvey some millions. The very money that could help demolish unsafe buildings. This verse was long, run the chorus, we'll be back and we ain't about to leave. Harvey, you can run and tell that we here till whole bills up on every block. Activating people rising and don't stop. Restoration for the hearts that never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this. Empowerment's what we want for the people. You see we care, we ain't backing down from evil. And Harvey, we won't quit. Jed and INA and for the coaches here, and we commit to this. Not quoting fiction, what we saying is fact. Found stolen land up in Harvey, Jed helped take that land back. Put back on Harvey's tax roll, bringing investors to meetings. We trying to help Harvey out, so V-Not's why you see them. We out here making moves, we out here doing something. Cooking with Frank, sir, you coined that term, you wanted something. Victims Network of Thornton Township, V-Nots, that's right. I'm trying to see how they help Harvey, can y'all bring that to life? Cause what I'm seeing ain't right, steady line, gonna court, what's the score? I lost count, watching lights fall to the floor. Some people like confusion, we trying to bring improvement. So run that chorus back, remind the people what we do. On every block, activating people rising and don't stop. Restoration for the hearts that never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this. Empowerment's what we want for the people. You say we care and we ain't backing down from evil. And Harvey, we won't quit. Jed and INA and for the coaches here, and we commit to this. I'm almost finished, couple things and I'm through. To the back, library board, no more illegal moves. Can't and injustice. So for the culture came through saying, hey, Mrs. Price, here's the money, file your lawsuit. When we believe, we don't just talk, we stay making moves. Jedi and A, and for the culture, that's just what we do. This last part goes out to Officer McKenna. Jed came to help Harvey fight, helped him be a winner. 911 was called and they sent you. He thought he seen the one and we don't know if that's true. But now y'all, what is Jed gon' do? He gon' fight even harder to help Harvey push through. Y'all got ideas to help Harvey. Won't y'all focus on that? We got ideas and making moves. Whole bills up on every block. The fake people rising and don't stop. Restoration consciousness will never quit. Vision ain't luck, it's a plan with a crew that's built for this.